All right, so welcome to another video of the Target Individual program, Target Individual Experience. So, again, they started with the noise campaign, upstage neighbor dropping um, coins on the floor, right? Then followed by sirens outside, okay? And police sirens again, very low in terms of low volume. Again, being very covert in the noise campaign that they're engaging and participating in. Okay, it doesn't stop, and particularly today, where you had this shooting in Ohio, I think. Some transgender. So I started posting. I was just trying to get the article, but I posted a couple stuff on Facebook today, which I know they don't like. Right. One, because of the first the identifier of the shooter was, they said, a female. They said a teenager, then they said a female 28, and so you know they knew what was going to happen, and I'm gonna tell you why. I did a video earlier on Facebook, right, where they sent they got this perp, this you know Negropean female, to send me a message, which doesn't really make any sense, right? So it wasn't until I started to look up, because again, they know how you think, right? Again, nothing. It's not supernatural. It's just uh, behavioral observation. Not also that, but we know the CIA. We know how they engage in behavioral experiments and stuff like that, right? And particularly with remote monitoring, they can direct you to look at certain things. So sometimes it may be your own consciousness. Other times it's them that is instructing you to go to certain websites, right? Again, to try to make it seem as if it's supernatural, but it's not. It's technology. So anyway, so she started talking about, oh, there's all this death on your timeline and such and such. So anyway, when I was talking to another TI, was texting back and forth. The other TI texted me about the shooting that occurred. Went to look at the article, and then I went to look up female. No, actually, I went to look for the article. I found that article, but I also found another article on this website called Timeline, right? And it's about the uh, very first school shooting, right? Modern day school shooting, and it was a young teenage white girl, Caucasian girl, right, who was shooting out her window because she stayed home from school, and she was shooting across the street at some children, right? And she shot a cop in the neck. What else? Anyway, so a couple people died, including some children, right? So then I started thinking. I said, "Oh, okay, that's why." You know, again, when they do these things, like I said, they'll send you these type of, they'll send you these messages, right, to let you know that it's them that's doing it. I'm talking about the CIA, right, the FBI. They do these things again, send out these mass shooters, these program shooters, right? And when you're a TI, right, because again, this is what they try to do to you as a TI. This is, like I said in the beginning of my targeting, we used to get very angry being targeted at work, and all of a sudden, I come home and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, guy calls me, opens the trunk of his car, shows me a gun, what have you. I didn't fall for it, right? My brother walked into, he went to the hospital. All of a sudden, he said he just he went to the bathroom, not for any particular reason. He didn't have to go pee or whatever. He didn't have to do all of that stuff, right? And on the sink, he was two. Was it? Is it? There was, it was like a clip for a gun, in which he called the security guard to, he didn't. He said he was like, I wasn't touching it because I know what they were trying to do, right? So he called the security guard. The security guard came, and such. But this is what they do. Like I said, this is exactly what they do. So this is why, like I said, I always have to talk about these things, because I want people to understand what's going on. how people are being programmed to do these things, right? And they lie to you about technology. They lie to us about technology. Okay, this whole BCI, brain computer interface, they've been developed these things. Okay, like I said, I was chipped uh, probably in in the very early 2000s, maybe even before that. Okay, and you know, but anyway, uh, so like I was saying, so I'm like, because again, they're hoping, because again, this is they've done this many times. They're hoping that I would fall into that belief system, right? Because again, it's to try to trick you to make you believe it's something supernatural. And again, this is how they program, particularly Negropean people, right? Particularly women. They'll use words like magical and supernatural, but you don't hear that. You don't hear them describing other groups of women like that. And our women take it on as some sort of empowerment, uh, you know, message or word. It is not. It is to continuously give, keep us in the mindset, right, of supernatural, spiritual. But again, when you look at who's building, who's benefiting from tech, yes, there are black people are in tech, black geniuses are in tech, but they've always been used for the benefit of white people, right, and white society. They're not creating companies, and then again, it's not a lot. So you got to understand it's not a lot. When you look at where technology is being built, where it's being manufactured, right, where it's being designed, again, it's not in any country in Africa that is predominantly black, right? So you have countries in Africa that are Arab, where you'll see they're building tech, they're producing tech, they're manufacturing tech, right? So yeah, so like I said, don't fall for the trick. Don't fall for the lies that they feed in your mind. It's technology. It's not supernatural. They're very, very good at manipulation. Very, very good at deception. Very, very good at creating whatever narrative they want to create. Right? Very good at setting people up. Very good at manipulating people using psychology so they can get away with it, with doing what they want to do. And like I said, I am going to remain. I'm not going to um, fall for the trick, for one, because I know that's why they want to get rid of you, right? Because you are the evidence. Just remember that you are the evidence. But like I always said, you do have a right to defend yourself, right? Again, defend yourself. All right. Um, and that's it. But just thought I was gonna, you know, do this video because again, it's getting, it's after midnight, and I just getting ready to read. So I figured let me just do this video because again, the way how they've been, and again, I observe them. They're outside. They're still making all the noise, what have you. You know, nothing changed, but understand how this technology is being used to manipulate us. All right, silent sound, spread spectrum. Okay, microwave, radio wave frequency to send messages into your brain. Okay. All right. Oh, and today also. So my eldest son, I've been trying to call him for 2 months. He has not returned any of my calls for 2 whole months. I've been trying to call him. So whatever it is that they're doing, like I said, I'm not gonna worry about it. You know, he's 21. He's gonna be 22, and you know, again, how they use Negropean women to destroy relationship between fathers and sons. Why? Because this is what they want to create within America, particularly within the black and Negropean population. Okay, is to demonize us in the eyes of our women and the eyes of our children, while women ignore, the vast majority of them ignore their children for leisure and fun. Okay, we're looking at the destruction, not just the black family is already destroyed. We're looking at the destruction of the future generation of our kids. Okay, so again, um, always got to be, exposing what it is that they're doing, no matter what kind of threat they may send. My like I said, my upstairs neighbors dropping coin on the floor, what have you. Remember, in the Cursive Persuasion program, it's about uh, what is it? One of the things that they do is intimidation. The threat of uh, homelessness, the threat of mental illness, labeling you with a mental illness, the threat of incarceration, the threat of assassination. They always doing these things. All right, so this is why, like I said, you need to document your experience, even if you don't put it online. All right, like I said, for those who cannot fight because they're too afraid, TIs like myself will do the fighting for you. Okay, so talk to you guys in the next video.